Are you looking to take a vacation soon? Don't you wish there was a place where you could experience American history and enjoy the vibrancy we all love in America's large cities? Well, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, is a great place to visit again and again. If you're a first-time visitor, there's so much for you to see here. It's a great place for solo travelers, couples, and groups. It's one of America's most famous cities and one you don't want to miss out on. Let's look at the best things to do in Philadelphia. Number 1. Visit the Liberty Bell. The first thing you should do when you get to Philadelphia is visit the Liberty Bell. This is a free exhibition where you see the famous bell that represents liberty and freedom in the U.S. You'll be moved by the inscription, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof." Make sure you take a snap of yourself in front of the bell. On some days, you might find a tour guide explaining the history of the bell. You might want to visit as early as possible since the monument can get rather crowded. The Liberty Bell solidifies Philly as one of America's most historical cities. It's one of the places where the American story was born and the American dream became conceptualized. For any American, the sight of the Liberty Bell is moving. You'll have a hard time forgetting your visit to it. In fact, you might want to even stop by any souvenir shop and buy a small Liberty Bell of your own. Before we tell you more about the great things to do in Philadelphia, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more. Number 2. Run up the Rocky Steps. One of the most famous films made in Philadelphia is, of course, Rocky. And who can forget the famous scene of Rocky Balboa running up what is now known as the Rocky Steps? These are the vast steps leading up to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. At the bottom of the steps, you'll see a bronze statue of Rocky. Once you get to the top, you'll enjoy a fantastic view of the city skyline. Number 3. The Philadelphia Museum of Art. Once you've had your Rocky moment, why not visit the magnificent building at the top of the Rocky Steps? The Philadelphia Museum of Art contains a grand variety of sculptures and paintings. You'll see an impressive exhibition of sculptures by Brancusi and Duchamp. You'll also find galleries of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist paintings. You'll see paintings by Van Gogh, Monet, Renoir, and Pissarro. You'll also love the exhibitions featuring Greek and medieval art. There are also occasional temporary exhibits for photography, crafts, and installations. You'll want to take a few photos of the outside of the museum too. It's a gigantic monument that's in itself a work of art. Number 4. National Constitution Center. If you're really into American history and the idea of America, you've got to visit the National Constitution Center. It's located near the Liberty Bell and created in 2003. Here you'll learn about the Constitution, American history, and you can attend an event that explains the American ideal. You can see a few exhibits on American history, including ones on the Civil War and Reconstruction. There's even an exhibition where children can stand behind a replica of the president's seal and even recite the oath of office. If you're traveling with young children, the National Constitution Center is a must visit. Number 5. Visit Independence Hall. Philadelphia is truly where America was born. If you visit Independence Hall, you'll see where the Declaration of Independence was signed and where the Constitution was written. You'll want to take a guided tour so you can learn more about the significance of Independence Hall. You'll also learn more about the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. It's a great way to learn about American history. If you're traveling with young children, this is a must-see. Independence Hall makes you appreciate America and Philadelphia as a whole. Number 6. Get something to eat. Philadelphia is definitely a foodie's paradise. You want to make sure you try a Philly cheesesteak at least once, or twice, or 3 times, or whenever you can. This famous sub has melted cheese mixed with juicy steak on a warm sub roll. You should also visit the Reading Terminal Market. Here you'll find many food vendors offering a variety of cuisines. The market is over 120 years old and is a crucial part of Philly's history. You should especially try the Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine here. You can also find a great Philly cheesesteak from the market. If you're a fan of Italian food, you've got to visit the Italian Market in southern Philly. It's been open since the late 1800s. Not only can you get a great selection of Italian food, but you might find a lot of great Vietnamese and Mexican cuisine, as these communities have been growing in this region of the city. Apart from the Philly cheesesteak, you've got to try the roast pork sandwich, which is actually the official sandwich of Philadelphia. You can find the roast pork sandwich at any street food vendor or at a quaint restaurant. Number 7. Fairmount Park. If you want to take a break from the madness of the city, head over to Fairmount Park. Here you can enjoy several walking, hiking, and bike trails spread over 2,000 acres. There's also a Japanese garden, a zoo, in fact America's oldest zoo, and several historical mansions. If you're traveling with others, it's a great place to go to wind down and reflect upon your travels so far. It's a place you really should visit at least twice during your trip. Here you'll find many travelers and locals alike enjoying the incredible nature Philly has to offer. Number 8. National Museum of American Jewish History. Once a small museum, this has now become a large-scale center to showcase the history and achievements of American Jews. You'll learn about American Jewish history going back to colonial America in the 1600s. You'll see many permanent exhibitions with over 30,000 artifacts. You'll learn about the immigration of Jews from Europe in the 19th and 20th century. Jews have played an integral part in American history and are an example of achieving the American dream. You'll also learn about World War II and the creation of the State of Israel. If you're a history buff, this museum is a must visit. It's another reason why Philly is such a great city for anyone fascinated with America's incredible story. Number 9. City Hall. A city hall isn't usually an interesting place to visit in most cities, but that's what makes Philadelphia unique. On top of the building, you'll see a statue of William Penn watching over the city. You can walk into City Hall and get a great view of the city. You can take a guided tour around it and also learn more about American history and government. Once again, if you're a history buff, you don't want to miss City Hall. And even if you're not, it's a great place to visit to get great views of the city. It's a great place to visit towards the end of your trip. Number 10. The Distillery Trail. Philadelphia was once home to many whiskey producers, whose businesses were destroyed during the Prohibition era. But in recent years, the city is slowly becoming a great place for distilleries. The Distillery Trail lets you explore the city through its various distilleries. If you like wine tasting or beer tasting events, well, you should try this. It's even better. You get to try a variety of drinks ranging from rum to whiskey to liqueurs. If you're traveling with a group, this is one of the best ways to bond. No doubt some of your best memories of Philly will be made on the Distillery Trail. Number 11. October Gallery. You can end your trip to Philly by visiting the October Gallery. Founded in the 80s, this is one of the oldest art galleries featuring works by Black American artists. It's located in an old Victorian home and also hosts many community events. If you love art and want to see an integral part of American art, you have to visit the October Gallery. It's also home to the Philadelphia International Art Expo. During your visit, you'll be impressed by the talent that exists in the city and in America as a whole. The story of America was born in Philadelphia, and the city remains an integral part of the wonder that makes the United States. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you ready to book your trip to the city of brotherly love? What are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation for more great travel recommendations. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.